Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to this video. In this video, I am going to talk about a very important topic of international finance, which is called the Bretton Woods system. As a student of economics, in my current semester, I have learned about the Bretton Woods system. First of all, we need to know what the Bretton Woods system is. The Bretton Woods system is the exchange rate system that established after the Second World War through the negotiation held at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire on 1st to 22nd July 1944. It is a system of monetary management that established some rules for commercial and financial relations among the USA, Canada, Western Europe, Australia, and Japan. The Bretton Woods system was the first time when independent nations came together for negotiating a monetary order in order to regulate monetary relations among them. The Bretton Woods system aimed to bring uniformity to global exchange rates. This system established the International Monetary Institution, also known as IMF, and International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, commonly known as World Bank, by setting up a system of rules, institutions, and procedures to regulate the international monetary system. This international monetary management system operated with reasonable success and only occasionally some realignment. Thus, this system sustained from 1947 to 1971. In the later part of the video, we would know about the collapse of the Bretton Woods system. Before that, we would talk about the features of the Bretton Woods system. The first feature of the Bretton Woods system is about the exchange rate. The Bretton Woods system aimed to stabilizing international exchange rates. The second feature is about recovering the economic conditions after the Second World War. The Bretton Woods system was meant to help the nations to recover the economic conditions after the Second World War. According to the Bretton Woods system agreement, the other countries were told to peg their currencies against the US dollar. The Bretton Woods system also considered the US dollar as an international reserve currency. From this, we can see that through the Bretton Woods system, the US dollar became a very powerful currency of the world. The next feature of the Bretton Woods system depicts that the US dollar was pegged against the price of gold fixed at $35 per ounce of gold, which actually represents the undervaluation of gold in terms of the US dollar. The next feature talks about the fixed exchange rate. One of the prime objective of the Bretton Woods system was to provide a fixed exchange rate which was however adjustable. This adjustment was only on some unavoidable situations. From the other features of the Bretton Woods system, we can see that it has a relationship with the monetary payment and international payment and settlement system. The Bretton Woods system standardized the international monetary payments by facilitating currency conversion, as the countries could convert their currency to the US dollar. Thus, the USA authority had some control over the international payment and settlement system. The next feature talks about the flexible and fixed exchange rate. The Bretton Woods system helped in compromising between rigidly fixed and freely flexible exchange rates. Lastly, we can see that the Bretton Woods system was defending the parity at any cost, but changing it only on unavoidable situations. Now we will see the collapse of Bretton Woods system. The reason behind the end of the Bretton Woods system have two kinds of explanation. One is Triffin dilemma and the other one is based on Gresham's law. Now what is Triffin dilemma? Triffin dilemma depicts the scenario that if the US allows the increase in international liquidity through deficit in their balance of payments, the international monetary system is bound to collapse for a confidence crisis. On the other hand, if the US does not allow such an increase, the world is condemned to deflation. That means if USA allows the increase in international liquidity or does not allow an increase in international liquidity, the USA is on danger on the both ends. That is why it is a dilemma, and it was the reason that the Bretton Woods system could not work properly. Now if we come to the Gresham's law, we can see that according to the Gresham's law, the asset that is undervalued at the official rate will disappear from circulation, while the asset that is overvalued will continue in circulation when there is a discrepancy between the official rate of exchange of two assets and their private rate of exchange. The explanation of the Gresham's law in relation with the Bretton Woods system is that the private market price of gold increased up the official rate due to the two-tier market of gold. And the following circumstances regarding the market price of gold resulted in the collapse of Bretton Woods system. Central banks could easily convert their dollar reserve into gold and then sell the gold on the private market at a profit once the official rate of gold became undervalued in comparison of the private rate. The USA secured an agreement from the central banks not to convert their dollar reserves into gold or to sell them in the private market so that the fixed exchange rate system is reserved. Thus, the dollar was de facto no longer convertible into gold. Finally, the USA authority announced the de jure suspension of dollar convertibility into gold because of a further deterioration of the USA balance of payments crisis, and as a result, gold was driven out by the dollar. So, the gold was no more circulation. Finally, if we see that the assumption we take as the world is an optimum currency area as a whole, it is equivalent to the international monetary system based on fixed exchange rate, which is actually the Bretton Woods system. So the Bretton Woods system is bound to collapse if the assumption of optimum currency area is not true. But we can see that the Bretton Woods system was not an optimum currency area for all the participants. That is why the Bretton Woods system was bound to collapse, and it eventually happened on 1971 when the US declared that the US dollar was no more convertible to gold. With the collapse of the Bretton Woods system, we came to the end of our video. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please like the video and